What up, Hope Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten, back at it again. I have just been running my little tushy off, and okay, this is so disorienting. The fucking display for the camera is hella upside down right now, and so I'm like looking at myself, but I'm like looking at myself like turned upside down. Like, this is weird. This is very strange. Auntie who's in, running my little tushy off, doing shit for the wedding and work. I just realized, I don't know if I told y'all, but your girl is participating in Evo this year. About to go get my little booty kicked in some Tekken, but I'm gonna whoop somebody's ass. I'm gonna whoop at least one person's ass in Tekken before I get taken out the competition. So I've been working on practicing for that. You know your girl has to play Master Raven, and then of course I picked the most difficult fucking character to play, so then I switched to Claudio, but we'll see who I end up playing. I sent the fiance out to go get some drinks and snacks, wholesome drinks, okay? We don't drink alcohol in this house. Our bodies are temples, okay? And so while he's gone, I figured, why not film some vents for my home biscuits, you know, give you something to chew on, a little something to dilly-dally about with. So we are here to see the creepiest thing that cops have found during a house search. I am sure that this is going to be disgusting. I just read a story, because Dr. Realness was telling me about it, of this dude who, like, his mom fucking died, and he found a dead fucking baby in his mom's freezer, and it was his baby sister from like so I'm pretty sure these are gonna be just as gross.
Possibly too late to the party, but here it goes. I was a fresh officer with dreams being a hero. I get dispatched to a call of a family fight. Not wife husband, but brother sister. The female was reporting the male had attacked her. I arrived and located a female and male. The male I knew from prior contacts. Okay. I detained him in handcuffs and quickly smelled the strong odor of pepper spray. I found out that after the male knocked off the female's weave, she pepper sprayed him.
Let's just be clear, if he knocked it off, it was a wig, not a weave. Thank you. I
knew there were different types of pepper spray, like gel. I'm walking around the house taking photos for my investigation and accessing the property damage. I noticed that in his room the odor from the pepper spray was extremely strong and made my eyes instantly water with a decent amount of stinging sensation. The fumes made it incredibly hard to breathe and left me without the ability to breathe at points, requiring that I leave the room to get fresh air.
No.
I find a brownish gel substance all over the walls in the shape of handprints. I photograph it and determine that it was the pepper gel that male suspect was wiping off of his face onto the wall.
What?
I found it odd that it was all over the walls and covered the room. Although this chick dusted him with the entire can of pepper gel.
Right, okay.
After some investigation, I took the male to jail. I responded to the same house several days after for an unrelated medical issue. There were more family members at the house and the male was still in custody. I was having a conversation with the family as the hero firefighters were saving the day.
Okay.
I inquired if they had fully cleaned up the pepper spray from the male's room. They gave me a strange look and told me there was none in there. I told them about the gel that was on the wall. I then sat there in horror as they explained to me this man had been, for years, coming on his walls and playing with it. And the gel was in fact old cum and the fumes were the pungent smell of this man's cum room. My fucking god. My brother.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh my god.
He told me about this time when they responded to a workplace accident where a rail yard worker had been crushed between two workers. The guy had been crushed / pressed into the ladder of one of the cars. They kept hearing voices coming from the body. Muffled voices, but definitely coming from the body. It took them a while to figure out the worker had been carrying a radio. Needless to say, they were a bit disturbed until they reached that conclusion. Not a cop, but a former corrections officer. Doing a cell search one time and stumbled across a 500 milliliter coffee mate container almost full of accumulated semen. I was later told it took 7 months to save it up. I've seen and dealt with a lot of shit, but for some reason...
7 months of accumulated semen. Why?
That's awful.
I am
I didn't expect to hear that of all things.
Yeah,
Well, here's a drink for you. I don't know if you want to drink something. You want a smoothie? It's not a semen smoothie.
I appreciate that.
So that's a plus.
I'm upset.
Enjoy that. I'll be back some other time.
That was the fiance making a guest appearance / cameo.
That one ranks up there. My dad answered a domestic call at an apartment on the 23rd floor. As soon as he walked in, he saw blood everywhere. In pools on the floor, spatter on the walls and ceiling, smeared all over everything. He walked further in to find a woman crumpled on the floor, battered beyond recognition, and the partner is standing in front of an open window. My dad started to talk to the man, to coax him into coming with, and the man immediately turned around and stepped out the window, falling 70 meters to his death.
Oh my god!
Edit. Yes, she survived. Tiny quiet
What?
southern town. Whole family that had been dead for a week. Their teenage daughter's boyfriend, who she met online, was visiting from across the country. Stepdad, mother, daughter and her friend all murder and hacked up by an axe. The mom was a professor at my university a block away, and when she didn't show up to work for a few days, cops went to house and talked to murder, who gave them some plausible excuse, so they left. He stayed in the house for a full week before leaving. The cops went back when neighbors reported the smell. They caught the guy at Ray Airport about to fly home. I'm not a cop but a paramedic. Went into a lady's house one time. Can't remember what the call was for. That had sheets of paper taped all over the walls. They all said something along the lines of "remember the voices aren't real." Gave me a warm, safe feeling. Brother-in-law is a cop. He told me about a time he and his partner were called to do a wellness check on someone with a terminal illness. Family didn't know where he was, so they get to the house, knock, and get no response. They entered the house to see if he had passed away due to his illness. They did not find him there, but what they did find was a stairway leading down to a basement.
Don't go into the basement.
In that basement was a vast number of sex toys.
Why would you go into the
ropes,
basement?
harnesses, etc. There was also a stage with a bed on it and a video camera on a tripod focused on
So porn. He was filming porn.
it. He had stumbled upon this guy's sex dungeon. The guy ended up being alive, but was visiting someone out of town and didn't notify any of his family.
Hey, look, you know what? If you're dying anyway, you gotta live your best life while you got the best life to live, you know?
Family disturbance call long Christmas.
That is the least disturbing one. I don't judge other people's sex dungeons, you know? You into what you into, as long as it's not, you know, little kids or animals, we good.
Received 2011. Husband versus
right
wife. No battery. Nobody went to jail. But the house was filled with hundreds of knives and dildos.
Knives
Normal
and dildos.
Little ones. Great big horse dildos. And every kind of mall ninja knife you can imagine. Every horizontal surface was covered with sharp metal or jiggly silicone. There were even a few new ones under the tree. After clearing the house, we had to talk to these folks with a straight face for a good 10 minutes. It was one of the greatest challenges of my career.
Dildos and knives.
I was an MP.
Look, living their best lives, okay?
And not involved in this particular case, but child pornography on a guy's computer. The guy was known to leave his room unlocked, so people could use his computer. He ended up getting booted from the military and serving time in a military jail while swearing it wasn't him.
I mean, if you
Friend
left
of
it,
a couple.
I feel like it's potentially true that it wasn't him, just because, like, how dumb can you fucking be to let people go into your room and use your computer when you have child pornography on there? Like, that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah. He told me about how him and his buddy went to search in an apartment. They looked around, and his buddy finally called him over. A guy was just in an oven. Dead, of course, but in an oven.
Like I said, dead, of course. Why is he in the... This is some Hansel and Gretel type shit!
When the guys tried to pull him out of the oven, all the contents and gas of the dead guy fell right out. A few of the guys vomited and gagged. My mother used to work for a police department, and I'd hang out there when I'd be homesick from school. This old man used to walk to the gas station on the corner to get a pack of smokes and coffee every day.
Hey, just so y'all know, smoking is bad for you. Stop fucking smoking. If you haven't started yet, don't.
Hey, the gas station attendant called for a wellness check when she realized she hadn't seen him for a couple weeks in the dead of summer. Cops went, knocked, smelled something, opened the door, walked in, instantly came back out vomiting from the smell. They had to come back later with respirators, trash bags, and snow shovels to clean up the sludge. That used to be the old man. Another officer almost quit his first night on the job. Really bad accident. Guy shows up. The one car has no one in it at all. He's looking around. Guy isn't on the ground anywhere. He tried to figure out if maybe the guy walked away, so goes to look inside for some identification. Finds the guy. He hit so hard that he slammed up under and into the dashboard and was just a broken sack of bone.
No. Okay, I'm done. That's it. That's, oh my God, this is disgusting. Oh my God, this, no. Nope, done, out, nada. Peace out, ho biscuits.